Hello guys, today we'll discuss about the HPLC, which is called high pressure liquid chromatography. So you can see in front of you, the system is from Thermo Scientific and the brand name is Ultimate 3000. So in this video, we'll be just learning about the basic instrumentation and how to play with the software, okay? And also, we will open each compartment and then see what is inside. So just the basic, it will be the basic demonstration. So guys, HPLC is a short form for high pressure liquid chromatography. I already told you, and we all know that chromatography is a kind of a tool that is going to be used for especially the separation or segregation. And the chromatogram that you see in the form of peaks is a result of a technique called chromatography. And chromatograph is, you can say, an instrument that is used to conduct chromatography. Okay, so usually the HPLC is used in the quantitative, the calculation of different kind of pharmaceuticals or organics. And this is also, you can say, it's the form of a liquid chromatography that is generally applied, and it has so many applications. And HPLC basically has various types. It has, you can see that it has reverse phase chromatography, where the stationary phase or you can see the idle phase is hydrophobic. Usually the column used is C18, that is made up of modified silica. And then we have normal phase chromatography, where the stationary phase is hydrophilic, which is made of silica. And then we have hydrophilic interaction. Okay, now the principle for the HPLC is that it's basically deals with the specific intermolecular interaction between the molecules of a sample and the packing material which is inside the column. So what happens here, the varied constituents of the analyte are eluted at different retention time. As you can see in the peak here, this is the peak for the catechol. So you can see the peak is appearing around 3.5 minutes. Okay, so thereby the separation of the sample ingredients is achieved using a column. And in a HPLC, we have different kind of, you can say, components or ingredients. So usually we have solvent delivery pump, which is here. Okay, I'll just show you one by one. And then we have a degassing unit, which is used to remove the air bubbles. Pump usually, pushes the mobile phase, or you can say the liquid. And then we have a sample injector. Here we have it, this is Autosampler here. Okay, and a column oven, you can see here. Okay, and then a detector, and then a processor we have. In a UV, we basically use various kinds of detector. So you can see here we have a UV visible detector, and some of them in HPLC we have PDA detectors, that is photodiode array detectors. So in HPLC, what happened? How does the HPLC work? So HPLC basically, it is a kind of, I told you earlier, it is a column chromatography where a solvent drips through a column. Okay, and then it is filled with an adsorbent, the packing materials like silica or polymer. Okay, under gravity, and it is highly into form of column chromatography. So a pump will force a solvent. Here we have a pump. Okay, it will force a solvent. So you can see here at the top we have a pump. Okay, so I told you earlier that it is going to force a solvent through a column. So column we have here. Okay, it will force a solvent through a column under high pressure. So pressure would be around 50 to 350 bars. Okay, and then in the form of atmosphere it would be 400. And the column packing material or adsorbent or stationary phase is typically a granular material of solid particles, like I told you, a silica or polymer, which is inside the column here in the tubes. This is a stainless steel tube. This results in much better separation, or you can say segregation, of the components of the mixture, or you can say the analytes. And the pressurized liquid is typically a mixture of solvents like water, acetonitrile, or methanol. So here I have used methanol, and methanol with water also I have used different percentages. And the components of mixture are separated from each other due to their different degrees of interaction with the adsorbent particles. So this causes different elution rates for different components and lead to the separation of components as they flow out in the column. And most of all nowadays we use the reverse phase HPLC, which is the most common form of HPLC nowadays. Now we would see the software. So here is my software, which is called Chromatogram. So here we have the home sequence, and then we have the sequence control. So this is basically, you can see your peaks here, and whenever you open up, so you have to connect all. Okay, when you will connect all, so simultaneously the green, if I close up here, you can see the status has to be green here, and here also status has to be green, and here also the status have to be green. Okay, so this is my pump compartment, this is my sample injector, this is my column, or you can say the oven compartment, and this is my UV compartment, the detector, you can see. Okay, so first of all you have to make sure that everything is connected. Now this is my sequence control, okay, where we have to create our own sequence. Then we have the pump section. Okay, so this is my flow rate, where I want to see if I will just add 0.3. So you can see the flow started, and now the flow and the pressure started to change here. So I have put the eluent A as 50% and 50%. If I'm changing the percentage, let's suppose I'm changing it to 40%. So you see here and here it also changes. So I'll just keep it at 50%. And now I'm trying to wash the whole system. Okay, and C and D I have put at 0. Now this is my sampler area. So from here also I need to connect all, and this is my inject position TA4. You can see here it is green, and then the position is A4, A5. Okay. Now this is my, if I want to inject or stop inject, then we have more options. These are more options. Okay, and then this is the service option. So usually this is done by the technical team. And then this is the prime series. Then if you want to wash the whole loop, or you want to wash your needle externally. Okay, and this is, if you want to put your tray to the front, wires to the front, tray to the front. So these are various different options. And then we have the column compartment. What temperature you want to set. So if I want to set at this, so 40, so I just press 40. Okay, now this is my you can see the peaks that I got here. Okay, this is for catechol peak. So in this video we will be just stopping here. So this is what I aim to discuss the basic parts, basic things about the HPLC. In the next video we'll be talking more about how to load the samples, how to get peaks, and how to create a program, and how to do the calibration.